the plane. This is good, and it was an economy flight. Don't tell anyone I told you. But I was fine, and we had nice seats, and it was all very good, and a nice ride. And we just had actually one of the best airline meals we've ever had. And suddenly, a bottle of wine comes down in front of me. That's from the captain. His wife is your biggest fan. I mean, again, all the time. You can always recognise the fan, because I notice you guys do it. The fan sees you and recognises you, and their face sort of lights up in a reasonable little way. What do I do? I know who you are. Tell him about the bloke, the man at work.
Yeah, we walked out of the Intercontinental Hotel in Sydney, very nice hotel, and we were going to go off to David Jones, which is a gentleman's outfitters, because we both needed to buy pants. And British pants here, not your long-legged versions, and for a long time. And so we're walking off, and we're enjoying ourselves, and we get to a construction site, and I can't do an Australian accent, I'm afraid.
Tell you what, can I make this is another thing that takes up my day. Can you keep talking while I go and take a leak? Can we have a
so many stories I can tell you. Just start throwing money out there. Okay, I'll let Terry finish that one because I can't do an Australian accent. Yes, so we did have a lot of fun in Australia, but while Terry's going out, what we'll do, we'll probably do another 20 minutes of this and then I'll questions and answers from you guys. But while I'm sitting here on my own, is there anything, look, questions from you to me, because the Q&A will be to Terry, so go back.
Tell us about how you met Terry when you started to work for him.
Well, there was a small ad in our local paper and it said PA needed, and no, that's entirely untrue. This is the thing, people say, how did you get to work with Terry? And I admit entirely that, like you, I quite enjoyed the books. I was a fan of books, and I really enjoyed them. I spent most of the 1990s out on the road. I worked with a band, and had a great time, and I thought, really, it's about time now. I'm sort of getting into my 30s, I better really think about doing a proper day's work. And I met Colin Smythe, who's over there. Hello. No, he's asleep. Please give me a little nudge or a gin and tonic. And so, yeah, I worked with Colin Smythe, and as Colin will attest, I started going down to Wiltshire from Gerrard's Cross, where Colin lives and works, 1 day a week, 2 days a week, 3 days a week, and I thought, actually, I really like it down here. I'm going to buy a house, and blah, 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 blah. And just, to be honest, I could answer that question really simply. By luck and the fact that we get on really, really well, and that we are buddies. Terry would tell you otherwise, but I see more of Terry than I see of any other human being, and that is the truth. And yeah, we get on very well, and that's how it happened. It was just by luck and the fact that I am absolutely fantastic at my job.
How was the U2 concert?
So we're on a mission for pants then. And we walk out the front of the Intercontinental Hotel in Sydney. We start walking up the hill. We are no more than 100 yards out of the hotel, heading towards David Jones. Big construction site. They're building not just a shop, but a shopping centre. And what did we hear shouted from the construction site? Yeah, that's my Australian accent. It's probably going to be sort of East London, right? You're Terry Pratchett. And it was just that moment of, what? And this big construction worker, massive, great big Australian construction worker, who you would judge immediately to probably, he eats books, he doesn't read. I'm your
The
biggest
Teamsters
fan.
Union in Australia is going to be right on top of you.
That's a compliment to him. I think he had a book shoved up. And then you had this amazing chat. And I never, okay, sometimes you're both standing in the gents and someone's going, Terry, I'm your biggest fan. I'm just kind of, why have you got your head under the door? Pushed under the door. Hands everywhere.
Always useful if the paper has run out.
So we met this lovely construction worker, he was called Ross Woodward, and a great and lovely chap. Then we go to David Jones, and there's a girl there. Hello Terry, I'm your biggest fan. Can I be your personal shopper? And it's like,
He took us to where the Calvin Kleins were.
oh yeah, oh very yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was just really bonkers. The whole of Australia just worked like that. Can I ask you a question, actually? Well, here we are, we're having fun in America, and apart from Homeland Security, very well, they beat us up and stripped us naked.
Actually, we haven't told them about the time they put us in prison.
Say what?
We were filming the first documentary, the Alzheimer's documentary, and we were in Los Angeles, and with a completely bonkers time. If you've ever seen the documentary, we've met some really, in fact, there was things that didn't make it into the documentary, and the documentary makers never want you to say that, oh, what you didn't see in the documentary, because they want the documentary to speak for itself. But we had seen some quite bonkers things. We've been to see this couple who had, they thought they could cure and reverse Alzheimer's by the use of turmeric, which was fine because we went and ate curry with them. So anyway, we're in Los Angeles, but we're about to go back to New York to go and meet the world specialist in posterior cortical atrophy. So we're there, and we go through security, we get beaten up, stripped naked, it always seems to happen. And as we've gone through security, we've noticed with our carry-on, a very big member of your Homeland Security, lovely people. And his arm is out in a motion of do not move forward, and his right hand is sort of motioning in a sort of highway patrol type.
At this point, I have to tell you, we're in a group of people. There's about 6 real human beings, that is to say, Americans, in this group.
Yeah. And he's waving his hand in this way, and that means that we, as in us, have got to go that way, because if we go straight on now, he's going to kill us. That's what happens to American, well, to British people when they disobey American security. And we now find ourselves on the longest escalator I've ever been. It was like a ride at Disneyland. You couldn't see the end of it.